Hello and welcome to SystemGorilla.com. My name is Seb and today I want to give you a sparring to talk about turning around the automotive market shrink. So we want to say what's holding back the global automotive industry and why could that spell new opportunities for OEMs and suppliers alike, at least if they have the right strategy. This sparring is aimed at investors and technically literate listeners, describing why the global automotive industry is under pressure and how that creates openings until 2032. And, by the way, where new tech markets might emerge. So, listen up. What's our current status quo? The industry is facing a cocktail of headwinds: supply chain stress, surging input costs, chip shortages, rising material and logistic prices, tighter regulations, and worst of all, a weakening demand. For example, many suppliers now identify demand reduction as their biggest issue. Around 58% cite geopolitical instability as a major risk, and a growing number expect smaller tier 2 and 3 suppliers to exit the market. Oof. On top of that, according to recent auto industry-wide data, the global auto output is forecast to shrink by minus 1.7% in 2025 and by minus 2.1% in 2026. So where's our new opportunities, you might ask here? These constraints, though painful, force OEMs and first and second tier suppliers to rethink their business models. Here's how they can adapt and even gain advantages by 2032. First, the reuse and retrofit of existing assets. Instead of just massively investing in brand new EV only platforms, companies could retool existing ICE or hybrid platforms and offer retrofit and hybrid conversion services. This drives down capital expenditure and leverages installed manufacturing capability. That's a good one. A second option could be to focus on modular and upgradable architectures. As described by recent analysis, mobility is shifting towards connectivity, and shared mobility, software-defined features and service layer make of the most of our business model in the future. That creates a demand for modular architecture, over-the-air updates, and in-vehicle digital services, which OEMs can build upon existing hardware. And that's the key point here. Third option, target resilience and supply chain localization. Given geopolitical risk and volatile supply chains, especially for semiconductors and raw materials, there's a premium on diversified, localized, and nearshore sourcing. Suppliers who can guarantee stability and transparency may win contracts over lower cost but fragile chains. And where's now the new market growth we were talking about, even amidst all of these headwinds? Well, connectivity, mobility as a service, and software-driven revenues will give you something here. There's a statistic to remember. According to a prominent industry consultancy, by 2030, the automotive ecosystem could generate up to 30% more revenue compared to traditional vehicle sales in the aftermarket. Thanks to shared mobility, connectivity services, and over-the-air updates, and as well as feature upgrades, because it's going back to the customer's request what he really needs. Second option of growth is a smart and software-defined upgradable vehicle. Vehicles that become platforms for digital services than just rather for transportation, they add value in modular and upgradable vehicle architectures, especially for fleets, mobility providers, and tech-savvy customers. To think about the supply chain resilience and part supplier consolidation and niche suppliers even is a good point here as well for growth. Suppliers able to offer stable, diversified sourcing or specialized components for hybrid, modular, and retrofit vehicles may capture outsized margins as weaker players drop out of the market. but to encourage also new entrants into the market, new entrants and tech-oriented players offering software-defined vehicle technologies, connectivity stacks, or fleet and mobility as a service solutions are on the road to win as well. So don't you worry, get yourself into the market. There's a lot to work on. Coming back to the original question, why does the automotive market shrink? Well, there's so much hardware out there, and people already drive their first and second car out there. So, why would they need another one? They only need it because the hardware is updating, but that has changed a lot in the meantime. So the situation we had 30 years ago that you would want to have a new car because your old one couldn't perform as well as the new ones do, this is gonna shift. This is gonna shift because you're getting a new update. The update will enable you to do more with the existing vehicle and the hardware that you have in place. So think about it again. You're needing less waste, you're producing less waste in terms of hardware, but overall, you're still giving more to the customer in terms of software and what he can use, features. So that is where you want to go, and this is how you go against the shrink. I hope this sparring was very useful for you. If you have different questions on this topic or another one concerning tech management, then let me know at systemgorilla.com. I wish you have a nice day.